It's intriguing when God says something twice. And it's usually because we didn't get it the first time. And it's much like how when you have a dream about something, well, you had the dream because you missed the first time he was talking to you about whatever it is he's talking to you about. But in scripture, you also see where God repeats himself a few times as well. And I mean, for example, how we still haven't comprehended that Jesus became our righteousness. Like he I mean, he became our righteousness, but God was also introducing himself as our righteousness. And I think when we grab that, might be good for us. But you see where Jesus says something to the effect of, behold, a new commandment I give to you. But it wasn't new. Behold, a new commandment I give to you. And what he's saying in that is like, you guys haven't done it yet. And what he's talking about is basically saying, y'all need to love one another. And that's what we need to do is love one another. We want to make like churches full of a bunch of gangs or something, like, oh, we can't love them, they're the Crips. Or we can't love them, they're the Bloods. But that's not how it is. Like we break down denominationally and then we're like, oh, we got to cast that person out because whatever. And most of the time that we are walking away from people is very rarely under the biblical context of when you tell somebody, hey, you're not, this isn't, you're not welcome here. And usually that happens long before uh, with God doing that than us doing it in the real biblical sense. We usually do it because we don't like the way somebody smells or something. Well, I'm kind of kidding, but we do it because of something we don't like about them. And that's just not how it works. But because you're so magnificently loved, wonderfully loved, everything about you, God thinks everything is lovable about you. Even the stuff you don't like, and probably even some of the stuff you think is sin, God's going, I love that about them. Not the sin, because there's something of his nature that is pushing you, and we're just putting it in the wrong direction. I don't know if you know, but it only takes 1 degree at the stern of a ship to take it completely off course. 1 degree. Probably not even that. Maybe like 0.25. Because if gradually it will take itself fully off course. And some of us are just, we're slightly off course by like 0.25 degrees, a quarter of a degree. But we've been going that way for so long that we don't even realize it. And then we find other people in the harbor. And we're like, ah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Well, you got to remember, ships aren't made to be out in the harbor. Ships aren't made to be in the harbor. They're meant to be exploring the open seas. And when you're exploring the open seas, you're not going to run into a bunch of people you know. You're not going to run into a bunch of people that are like you. When you're exploring the open seas, you're going to find different walks of life. So when we're told to love one another as we love ourselves, and I know I've talked about this before, but it's a math equation. And most of it is we want something about ourselves to be fixed, but God Himself is not. actually all that concerned about it. And that's the thing is if God's not that concerned about it, why are we? Why are we that concerned about it? If he's not, we probably don't need to be either. We just gotta trust in him. And if there is anything about us that he wants to fix, he will fix it. But the thing is just because you notice something wrong about you doesn't mean it's wrong about you. That's just your opinion. That's you judging you. See what I'm saying? You don't have to judge yourself. And more than likely, the moment we stop judging ourselves, the moment we're going to stop judging others. We're going to allow God to be God. That we're going to walk in love. Jesus said that people will know that we are his followers by our love for one another. Not for our miracles, not for our Facebook posts, because that is definitely not showing love for one another. Not because of the t-shirt that you wear or the music you don't listen to or how much you're against something, but because of how much you love one another. Now, there is no greater love than he who would lay down his life for his friend. Likewise, we know that example. We know what it looks like. So let's put the foolishness aside. The greatest debauchery in the church is our lack of love for one another, which stems from our lack of realizing how loved we truly are. And when we see that all things work together for our good, we'll probably stop stressing. Right now, I'm supposed to be meeting a friend so we can go fishing, but I got a train in front of me. And even though I told my friend that I'd be there in 12 minutes, I think 11 minutes ago, but I still have 7 minutes to go. The train is working to my good and your good because it's allowing me to record this podcast. And that, my friends, is how loved we really are. If we could see things as not an inconvenience, but a God interruption to slow us down so that we can focus on Him for just a moment